then blame Rahul Rawat. He has full confidence that India is going to win, even though 2 balls are
See,
left. Now 1 ball is left, and they need 18 runs. So the first comment that has come is ultra confident sports today,
see,
which has put India has won the third T20I, and with it the series
absolutely.
3-0.
I think we were just discussing about the runs that India are going to score in the first innings
Uh,
and then the margin of victory. Because Siddhant was the only one here who said that West Indies will win. I think
yeah,
we were ultra confident, or maybe I can't say ultra, but we are still confident that another
they
dot.
have
So three dot balls basically,
done.
and India have
It's won
won
by
the
17
match
runs.
and the series 3-0.
Arey, 1 ball remains. It's already done. Now India has won. I know, big boy, what you're saying. Yug Parmar, congrats to you as well. Aman is our regular watcher. Thank you, Aman. See, we had to take a chance, but we took the chance when we were very confident and we knew that India is going to win from that situation. Not that we are getting a live telecast, which is ahead of time. I think both of us have been watching. Before we get into the Indian team, this West Indies team, after the ODI series also, we had said that come on, in T20Is they will give a fight. It's a team packed with all-rounders, batting till number 10. All of them score a lot of runs in Caribbean Premier League. They have just beaten England in the T20I series. But what has happened?
This team gives hope, not Shea hope. This team gives hope, but usually more often than not, West Indies,
But they do well in T20s. What has happened now?
they've not been playing well. India have been far superior, and also I think the decisions that they've taken right through the series, especially with Pollard as captain of this West Indies team. I don't know
Did
what
you find Pollard disinterested? He pulled out of that one ODI. Even on the field, his bowling changes, also the way he
his
just.
batting position, the batting
Yeah.
order of the team. I don't know.
His
Maybe
team is getting whacked and he's clapping at the shots.
and he maybe he's also experimenting. See, they made two changes. Kyle Mayers, who's traditionally known as he's not an accomplished
Considered a.
T20 player.
Yes.
They got him into the 11. They gave him a fair run. So maybe they are also in that stage of experiment. As just as India today, India also made a few changes. They made they had two new openers or a new opening combination. But I think still they didn't even give a fight. Last match we thought that West Indies would be a little better considering how they played in the last game. They came close. Nicholas Puran once again, you can just applaud his innings just like in the previous game or previous to previous game. So but still I doubt the those runs that can't win you matches, and that happens frequently and
So
consistently.
what are you trying to say
Nothing.
about Nicholas Puran?
No, Nicholas, maybe. See, I can't blame entirely. The entire blame cannot go to Nicholas Puran because other players also have to play around
Yes.
him.
Yes. See, I
Maybe
was looking Nicholas Puran. Firstly, he finishes as the highest run getter.
right.
I think he's got close to 281 or 280, something like that. Okay.
No.
Sorry, 180.
Right.
181 or 82. I think so. I'm
The
just taking a round calculation. Maybe
amount
Siddhant will tell me.
the
I'm just
amount
trying
of
to.
runs that you were earlier talking about 280, the West Indies has not scored those many runs the entire.
Now in the
No,
last
they,
two matches only they
uh-huh.
have scored.
But still,
But yeah,
is he a man of the
181
series?
or 82 that he scored. No, I will not give Puran man of
Who's
the
your man
series.
of the series?
Tough question.
I might just give it to Venkatesh Iyer.
Yeah, Venkatesh Iyer is an option. Surya Kumar Yadav, how many runs? But Venkatesh Iyer also, yeah, picked up 2 wickets today. I think he's a good contender.
He was Venkatesh Iyer was unbeaten in all the innings, all three. No,
Two innings, two
last innings he got out of the last
Early,
delivery.
yeah.
If I'm not wrong.
So, okay, quickly, I wanted to take a lot of comments that had come our way. So,
Sorry. 184.
okay, so I'm going to take Yug Parmar says I'm a regular watcher. Yes, we know that. Indoris ne kiya kamal. Aman, are you from Indore too?
Avesh and
Avesh and Venkatesh is talking about, but Avesh not done very well today. We'll talk about that. Utkarsh says I wanted actually West Indies to win in T20s because he needed some sort of competition. We are with you on that front. I don't think I wanted West Indies to win the series, but at least better, competitive performance. Maybe 2-1 sort of a thing. Shuvra Ghosh says best show in terms of cricket analysis. Thank you so much for your kind words. And what else? There were a few other. Big boy, I'm going to take your comment about Avesh a little later. Parminder says India also become number one T20I side. I'll have to check on that. Mohan V's comment I'm going to take. He's calling him Purple Patel.
Purple
Harshal Patel.
Yeah,
the
because
Purple Patel.
Because of the purple cap.
Cap that he used to get. But Harshal Patel, now 2 matches in a row, pressure situation. I thought that when that game, 2 overs to go, 31 runs needed, 15 and over roughly is in T20 cricket quite possible. More often than not, batting teams will get it. But Harshal Patel, as he did in the previous game as well, what an outstanding over. Huh? Under pressure, he's proving he's not a one-trick pony. That he can do many things with the ball.
And because the IPL, of course, I think there is something different about his slower deliveries. I think
I'll tell you what is different. He has multiple slower deliveries.
No, also
multiple ways of bowling slower deliveries. I think that's what. So, like most bowlers may have one slower delivery, so I'm waiting for it and I know at what pace it will come. Because his slower deliveries are also different pace, different variation. I think
and also, I was just looking at what he does usually with those slower deliveries. I think it drops down at a different angle compared to other bowlers bowling those slower deliveries.
Are you talking about the full tosses, which a lot of time?
No, usually
that dip that he gets.
the slower deliveries that he bowls, the angle at which they come down. Is
the dip of the bowler.
Yes. That is slightly different compared to other fast bowlers who use that slower deliveries. By the way, Rohit Sharma at home has now become the most successful Indian captain in T20Is. He's won 14 T20 internationals at home. Ahead of him are just 2 captains rather. Owen Morgan and Kane Williamson.
Chirag Patel, thank you so much for joining. He's joining us from the US of A and he loves Sports Today, so he's part of our family.
Thank you, Chirag. Thank you so very much. And what do you pick up from this T20 series?
Okay, I'm going to look at the positives. Venkatesh Iyer, big positive for me. One, that he had to move from his usual position to come at bat at number 6. You wanted a fast bowling all-rounder. After Hardik, you kept saying, what are the options? And for him to do it, even though he didn't have a great start in South Africa, for now, him coming good, I think that's a major positive for me. Also, kind of a blessing in disguise that Deepak Chahar pulled up. Otherwise, may not have got some bowling. Bowled, bit expensive, but you take that from he got you 2 wickets. So you take that from a part-timer, or not a part-timer, the 6th backup option, if that is the correct way of looking at it. So that's good. So that's one positive. Harshal Patel, again a big positive, because if anyone had a doubt that, he's only done good in the IPL and maybe a little bit more games, no, he's consistently doing and does the tough job of bowling the death. Most of the time he's bowling in the death. So he's another positive for me. Surya Kumar Yadav, I've always been a big fan of, but he's just proving that, listen, boss, what he's done in this, and I'm guessing everyone is a fan, but I think what he's done here is he's told you every time we sit and decide, who's going to play, Shreyas Iyer or Surya Kumar in white ball cricket, right? There's a debate. Some matches, he's told you, no, I am ahead. I am the guy.
Yes, and he's justified his selection in that 11 every time and again. And if he plays ahead of Shreyas Iyer, what he tells you every time, that no, you made the right call. You made the right call to give me a chance. And the more opportunities he gets, the more these kind of innings he plays, I think that confidence is only going to improve, enhance, and I think the middle order, which at times looks a little brittle. See, it can happen any day, anywhere, at any position. Even your openers. I think where West Indies also struggled was that their openers failed consistently throughout this series, be it ODIs or T20s. their opening combination didn't work out. For India, in the first T20, Rohit Sharma played that 60 run knock. Then in the second match, of course, the openers didn't play that well, didn't get a good score, any of them. But then your middle order, I think your middle order was tested and it came out with flying colors. I think that's a positive that you can always take back home.
Okay, gonna take a lot of question. 2, 3, let's quickly answer that. Nitesh is saying Nikhil sir, Harshal can do it in India, cannot do it in Australia. I think that's an assumption. He's not necessarily using the pitch as just a short while ago Rahul was pointing out that that dip that he gets is dangerous. And I also think that variation of pace will work anywhere. It's not that he needs seaming conditions or needs like some extra bounce, which of course it will be offered in Australia and that makes it tough. But if you've got that variation of pace, you can have different slower balls as we were talking and have that dip which is so deceptive. I think he'll do well no matter where. So I don't know. Nitish,
But for that, he needs to get a fair run. He needs to get those opportunities, not just in India but overseas also. Only time will tell whether he is successful in Australia or not, because you'll have to give him opportunities. But as of now, the dip that Nikhil is also talking about is as a batsman, usually when a bowler is bowling that slower delivery or an off cutter, what happens with Harshal is the ball will perhaps drop at a different angle for a batsman, maybe a further away from the batsman. Usually for any other fast bowler, a slower delivery might just fall a little closer to the batsman. With Harshal Patel, it is different. I think that is one of the reasons, because I think every fast bowler has a slower delivery in his armory. So what makes Harshal Patel's slower deliveries different from any other? I think there has to be some logic or science that makes his slower deliveries far more effective than anybody else.
Shabi Khan says, I've watched most of the chats on Sports Talk, but my comments never got read there. Yeah, first time. Okay.
Shabi, apologies, but
we try and take all comments. So Patel and Bumrah will be deadly. There was Ayan had asked a question and he wanted to know the update on Deepak Chahar. For those of you who didn't see, he pulled up in the middle of the over at 1.5. That's why that one delivery was bowled by Venkatesh Iyer, and then the remaining 2 overs also Venkatesh Iyer bowled. And that's why you'll see 2.1 over in front of Venkatesh Iyer's name. I think what he pulled up at that time seemed to be his thigh muscle. I didn't think that was hamstring. I thought it was the thigh muscle. But we are waiting any sort of confirmation on that from the BCCI. As soon as we get any latest update on that, I think we are going to share it with you. Nothing has come of that at the moment, but it didn't look good. When he was running, you could see pulled up something. On first thought, I thought it'll be an hamstring, but while the way he was holding his thigh area, I felt it was a thigh, but
no, but I
still
think
not
he was
confirmed.
pointing towards his thigh. Maybe it is a hamstring.
No, but later I saw him holding also. But maybe you're right. It could be hamstring, but he was holding his thigh. Again, as I said, sometimes you don't know if it's a leg injury, where it's paining. And sometimes the injury can be even a little lower down your leg, but you're holding the top because you don't want to put weight there. So,
having spoken to Deepak Chahar in the past regularly, not too much conversations that I've had, or not too many conversations that I've had with Deepak Chahar lately. Of course, one after the auctions, but he also regrets the injuries that he's had in his career. He admits that maybe because of those injuries, had those injuries not happened to him, he could have done much better. But he understands his body very much, just like any other bowler. He understands his body a lot.
and today was outstanding. The
Yes.
early breakthrough.
Oh,
He's
both those deliveries. I think those deliveries, in which he got those 2 openers, I think the outstanding,
unplayable.
outstanding
The
deliveries.
second wicket was completely unplayable.
And,
The batsman just didn't-
great captaincy and confidence from Rohit Sharma. You'll have to give it to Rohit Sharma also, as a captain. He comes across as a very calm leader. But in this series, at least in this ODI and T20 series, what we've seen is he has a very attacking brain. 2 slips he was employing. Even in the 17th over, when a spinner is bowling, he had a slip. So that he's quite attacking.
No, a lot of comments came on Rohit Sharma, him kicking the ball in that previous game and today also when he was saying a few, stern words to his team. And people said, why are you not talking about that? You talk about Virat Kohli. See, I'll tell you what. Firstly, I'm just going back to Virat Kohli. I was a fan of his aggression as well. So I don't think I ever criticized that. Everyone has. And also, in terms of Rohit Sharma, who ever said that he is calm like a Buddha? Nobody really said that, right? All you said is a good captain. And for any man to have emotion, nobody actually claimed that Rohit Sharma, once he'll be the captain, he'll be just like Buddha, not react. No, I don't know why it's come as a surprise. If you've seen him even captaining Mumbai Indians in tense situation, you do see him get tense, and that's human nature. Everyone will be. What you should be looking at is how the team performs at that time and the decisions that he took in those tense situations. What came out of it? Two close, very close games have happened. His decisions to go with his experienced bowlers, the things that he must have told those experienced bowlers, their execution, whether it was Bhuvaneshwar, whether it was Harshal Patel. I think those are the things one has to see, not tiny little things or whether he got upset or not. I don't think anybody claimed that he's really calm and like a saint. He's not. You are going to have reaction from him. There was one question. Yeah, Avesh Khan. A lot of people asked a debut of Avesh Khan. Yes, not a great debut for him, but two things I think which went against him today. And one, the area, because of it being wet, and you kept seeing Rohit Sharma also using sawdust to dry that, and it was difficult for him. Maybe that's the reason why Deepak Chahar also pulled up. It's not easy to run on that thing. And if you're going to compare it with the other fast bowlers like Venkatesh or Harshal, I don't think they rely on their run-up so much of running that fast as Avesh does. So it may happen that those guys don't lose their rhythm in these conditions, but someone like Avesh Khan who relies on his fast run-up can lose his rhythm. Again, that's not an excuse. International bowlers practice under these conditions. But remember, he's playing his first game. Also, a wet ball, not easy for him. I think he's more a rhythm bowler. He likes to bowl really quickly. So a drier condition may suit him better. But I think the more he plays, the better he'll get. So let's
and you never know how much he's played coming into the series.
Cornish Sengupta, right?
No.
Shawnish, okay. Shawnish Sengupta. He says he's a big fan of sports today. Thank you so much. He's pursuing journalism at Christ University, Bangalore. Oh, that's really nice. Who knows? Maybe one day he'll be here with us. Never say never, right? Angad Kapoor says, if Hardik starts to bowl, can he and Venkatesh both play with Jadeja batting? Will also come long. Yeah, why not? I think if you're going to look at bowlers, see, if Hardik can be a batsman at that level, and many said that he can play purely as a batsman. Recently, I interviewed Ashish Nehra. He said that I can play him purely as a batsman. But if he's bowling, then great, right? So you can have more bowling options. Jadeja, in which case, you can treat Jadeja as the fifth bowling option, out and out, and two backups in Venkatesh and Hardik. You can. If that batting
so
lineup
basically
looks good,
you want
then
to
you don't have
fill
to
in. You want to fill in the fifth bowler's position with Jadeja, Hardik and Venkatesh here. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying they could be an option.
Okay.
I'm saying if you're going to treat, let's say, Hardik, you think can fit in just as a batsman also.
I have my doubts, Nikhil, if all three of them can play in an 11.
Oh, yeah, why not? So if you got two fast bowling all-rounders, so let's go, let's say, two openers, right? If it's KL, no, I'm just saying when the best team is there, KL and Rohit Sharma, Virat at 3. Let's assume Surya at 4 and wicket keeper at 5, Pant at 5. Okay. Now get Venkatesh and Hardik. 6 Hardik, 7 Venkatesh. Okay.
7 Jadeja.
Jadeja 8.
8 Jadeja.
Okay. Now you have 9, 10, 11. Right. You play one spinner. So you've got Jadeja and that other spinner. Right. Now you have two fast bowlers spot. Play two fast bowlers. So two fast bowler, the third fast bowler is between Venkatesh / Hardik. And that if you really need a long batting
So you are basically banking on Hardik's bat.
I am saying if you want to play that template, that no matter what happens, we're going to attack.
No, absolutely. If everybody is playing well, everybody is batting well, everybody is bowling well, you might just squeeze in both the all-rounders, both the fast...
Option. Again, if they think, no, we need another third fast bowler, a regular, then maybe one between Venkatesh and
Hardik Pandya is bowling.
Correct. Absolutely.
So that remains to be
seen. You could have a choice where you maybe, if you're looking at that extra batsman, because you've got the 6th bowling option in Venkatesh and thing, and for that extra batsman, if you're playing him, then the choice is Shreyas and Hardik, right? And then you
Yes,
could
yes.
still pick Hardik as purely as a batsman ahead of Shreyas. Still a possibility. Let's say he's not bowling, and you want to play that extra batsman. In which case, see, you had 7 bowling options now with all 3 playing.
I'll tell you something. Okay. Then I think if in that case, I think Hardik might just have a competition for a place in that 11 with Deepak Hooda or Shreyas
No,
Iyer.
no. Is Deepak? I'm saying when you're playing an extra batsman, how is Deepak Hooda a better batsman? Shreyas Iyer, yes. I am saying when you want to play an extra batsman, okay, then so
No, is
we
Hardik
just made
bowling or not?
No, I'm saying assuming if he's bowling, great. Even if he's not bowling, then and you want to play an extra batsman, then who's your choice? Sky is in, Pant is in, already made that team,
So
right?
Shreyas or Hardik, you say?
Yeah, then also is a possibility. If I'm looking at a number 6 or a 7, I may go with a Hardik ahead of Shreyas, even as a batsman. Considering that he's suited in that position more than Shreyas. Yes, if I'm trying to
Fair
fill
enough.
a higher spot, can. Again, all of this is subject to form, and if Hardik has an outstanding IPL.
Shavi says drop.
Sunny Bhai said, he can come, if he's had a great IPL, can come back into the T20 team on the basis of IPL, why not? Not in test team.
Shavi says drop Rishabh, KL can keep, so both Venki and Jadeja get to play. Rishabh is the worst keeper amongst top international teams. Shavi, I'm sorry, I do not agree with you. And the man you're talking about just won you a game. In fact, not just, but the previous game or the second T20 international that India won was also because of Rishabh Pant's unbeaten 52, the partnership that he had with Venkatesh Iyer. So let's not just jump the gun. Rishabh Pant selection politics.
No, I just Singh Saluja says, who was the journalist in that Saha, Vridhiman Saha? What you should do, Singh Saluja ji, is go back onto our channel and you will see a video. We've spoken for half an hour. We cannot speak about it again. Mohan V is also asking the same question. We have done a full half an hour video. Please go back onto the channel if you missed it. We've spoken
And
in detail.
officially, see, Riddhiman Saha has not come out with any name. And let's
But
not.
why are you telling them what is in the video? Let them go and see it.
No, no,
you
I'm
mentioned all of this.
No, I'm saying Riddhiman Saha.
Yeah, they know, but don't.
Riddhiman Saha
they
has
have
not.
to
So
go and see
you
it.
can just go through the video
Yes.
that we did just before the match
So much
started.
in detail, half an hour we've
Exactly.
spoken about it.
And you never know.
So many insights.
But I can't say whether this is the dark side of cricket or sports journalism. But yeah, at times you do feel bad for the player or the players. In fact, we were talking about not just the cricketers. Imagine what non-cricketers or athletes would have had to go through if this was something that has happened frequently in the past. But anyways,
Mohan, we please don't call it media mafia because I don't think the entire media is like that. One
Exactly.
or two rotten apples don't spoil the entire community. And I'm not restricting it to one because there are a few more people in and around a few rotten apples. So there will be a few that need
And to be-
some sort of.
to be very
sorting.
honest, there have been times when I felt bad. I've felt very angry because of one player or on one player, but I would never dare to react in this fashion. I don't know whoever or whatever he's done or whatever he's said or whoever it is, but I wouldn't dare to do this because everybody has to coexist in this universe, and it may sound or look like a huge industry, but it's a very small community where everybody knows everybody. Every journalist knows everyone. So it's unfortunate what has happened. I'm going to take Shashank Shukla's comment here. Hello both. Please use slow mode in the chat. So many good statements get lost due to spamming of the same comments. Everyone can't super chat. Okay, Shashank.
We don't only take super chat. We take regular questions as well.
Exactly, Shashank. In fact, you'll have to agree that perhaps we are the only ones, I think, who take so many comments.
Yes, we will try to take more, not a problem. One of them was with regards to Ishan Kishan and his opportunities. I think he should have made better use of these opportunities. But that is not to say that his time is up. I think he's still young, got a few good catches.
Who?
Ishan Kishan.
Ishan.
So you should persist with him in the T20 as in Sri Lanka too. Also, it will be easy because in that sense, Virat has rested. So Rohit can bat a bit lower down the order. So let him open with Ruturaj Gaikwad, excuse me. And in that case, you can see again, 3-4 matches not good enough to pass a judgment. Yeah, but yes, he needs to really make use of those opportunities, which he hasn't. And those opportunities now will not be too many. A few coming his way, he has to do the best.
Nikhil, Angad is just taking forward your conversation. In fact, the 11 that you mentioned, he's saying my 11 if both Hardik and Venkatesh Iyer are fit and playing, provided Hardik is bowling. Rohit, KL openers, Virat, Sky, Hardik, Jadeja, Venkatesh Iyer, Deepak Hooda, Yuzi, Bumrah, Shardul or Bhuvi.
He's removed Pant from here. And he's keeping with KL Rahul. That's how he fitted.
And also, he's got 1, 2, 3 regular bowlers.
That's what I'm saying. That's how he fitted in 3 regular bowlers because Pant goes out.
Angad, I doubt if the selectors or the team management will take that risk. That one we've already taken. Okay. Now, Hardik as a batsman is not a good pick. Mohan, Junarkar. Mohan, I also used to think the same way, but that Australia tour in which I think Hardik got a few good scores. In fact,
South Africa also.
No, I'm talking about the Australia tour. Remember?
The ODI one.
Yes, where he only batted.
Yes.
And he did reasonably well. Not reasonably, he did very well actually.
Even the South Africa series we won for the first time, the ODI series. He had a good ODI series at that time.
So, but he has to be more consistent.
No, so I'm reminded of the interview I did with the head coach of Gujarat Titans, Ashish Nehra. And I asked him what is the status of fitness of Hardik Pandya. He said, we don't know, but Hardik, you keep asking about his bowling, but I am the head coach. I will play a batsman like Hardik just purely as a batsman. He can make any T20 team. That's
Nikhil, tell me one thing. You are a selector. I'm not saying, he said not Deepak Hooda, Deepak Chai. Sorry. So I'm saying, what do you expect? Okay, by the way,
Mayank is a new subscriber from Udaipur, Rajasthan. Mayank,
what a
love
place.
back to you as well. Go ahead,
I'm saying, what do you expect a head coach to say?
No, he could have said that. He could have said, no, we're looking at him as an all-rounder, but he may be bowling. He's practicing in the net. He's saying, forget if he bowls or not.
So I'm saying everybody or anybody.
I didn't ask him about bowling. I said, how is he? How fit is he? We haven't seen him for so long.
So do you think that's a giveaway?
That he may not be bowling?
Yes.
I think it could be. It could be. And they're well aware of it. And for all you know, Hardik also wants to make this clear because most of the time these kind of conversations come that if he's not bowling, what's the point? Maybe he wants to prove to the world, okay, if I'm not bowling, I'm still useful in the team as a batsman because what I can do, not too many players can.
Ayan has a question for you.
Yes.
He says, Nikhil sir, the way Deepak Chair swings the ball, why is he not considered in the test team more often?
I would see the one reason we've already spoken about is his fitness. As Rahul was also pointing out, he knows his body well. He's been hampered with a lot of fitness issues, and I think that could be one reason. The other is the competition is too hectic at the moment if you look at it. Someone like an Ishant Sharma, who I wouldn't necessarily say has had a bad run, but just that the other guys are slightly better that he has to sit out on that front with Siraj, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami doing very well. Even if Bhuvaneshwar gets his white ball form back, he's not being considered for red ball. So I think that, and I think at the moment to get variety, they may be more keen to get a left armer than that. So that all of that is an issue. But if his fitness is there, does he play a lot of Ranji Trophy, Deepak? No, he doesn't. So then he has to prove fitness there first, right?
Exactly.
That he's available for. So that
same is the case. Okay, Jai Thakkar actually has an opinion or a question. So basically, the title sponsor of this particular series, has been a title sponsor for many home series for India. So he's saying, which is the last series that India lost with this
I can't remember.
sponsor as the title sponsor for maybe
we were talking about man of the series, Surya Kumar Yadav.
Surjo Kumar Jadhav.
Oh, Surjo Kumar Yadav.
Surjo Kumar Jadhav.
As Rahul is saying, that's how they pronounce it usually in Bengal. And since the game is happening in Kolkata, we thought we'll give you a little bit of local flavor as well. He spent a lot of time at his workplace with a lot of Bengali journalists.
You also must have spent a lot of time.
I have, again you will say, I stayed 4 years in Kolkata. 4 years, I studied there.
Is there any place in the country where you've not been or you've not stayed
No,
for
I've been to everywhere, but I've not stayed in the south. Any part in the south of India.
You think you can survive there?
Yeah, I love South Indian food. My favorite
No, I'm
cuisine.
saying because of the language.
Some places are tough.
Bangalore, you can.
Yeah,
Bangalore,
can.
Bangalore, you must have.
Even no, Bangalore I've been, and you
Must
can go around.
No,
No, but
been.
for
I have
covering,
also
covering
been.
matches.
Okay, that way.
Never stayed.
No, I have also been to Bangalore.
Or to meet friends, like that type of holidays, but never stayed like in that place. That's what I said. Nowhere in the south I've stayed for extended period of time. But the only problem is usually in Chennai and all with the language. There also, I think now it's changing.
You understand Mundu?
I think it is like a boy, right?
Huh?
Boy who like does your work. Or something.
Please let Mr. Nikhil Naz
I
know
don't
what Mundu is.
What is it
Or
mean?
rather, or is it Mund? I think it is Mundu or Mund.
I don't know. Mundu, I think, is a boy, like a look, like who runs errands and gets like Chotu in North India. You say na, like I think that is what.
Chotu.
है ना?
Quite interesting, huh?
Yeah, like that.
Gudu chai, Chotu.
Rohit, people said, Parva is saying Rohit batting in the middle order. It's all temporary. He
Exactly.
just wants to give chance to these young guys who bat at top of the order. Once Virat is back, all of that settled down. So it's not permanent. Eventually he goes back. I think this was being a true captain and a leader, giving chance to some youngsters to bat on top. Avesh's bowling we've spoken
Saluja
about.
Singh ji,
Explained
Nikhil
also.
has already explained about Avesh
We
Khan.
can wrap up if you want.
Last series India lost India lost is India versus Australia 29 ODI and T20 series at
I
home.
think India won that. They were trailing against Australia 2-0 and
That
then
was
won
a-
3-2.
That was a 5-match series, if
Yes,
I remember correctly.
they won, I think.
The team is capable of making 200 or
One days, I
more,
think they-
more regularly. Rajiv
Yes.
says, yes, there have been times when your top order hasn't fired. There have been times when, what makes me very happy and maybe a little relieved also is that your middle order, perhaps maybe you found your middle order. This might be a little too early for me based on a few performances,
Yeah.
but I honestly, because that has been a cause of concern for India for the past few years now. Maybe Surya Kumar Yadav has solved that riddle.
Okay. Singh Saluja says, where are you not live from studio? Because our studio is being made. As soon as it's ready, it's under construction. We will be live from there. And Mohan V, thank you so much for your kind comments. He said 72K will be loading very soon.
72K?
Yeah.
We are already 72.
No, we're 71 point something. 72K loading. He says.
I think we are already 72K.
Thank you so much, Mohan VG, for your kind comments. On that note,
How many loads?
we
to go?
are.
We
How
have
many loads to
71,
go?
I'll tell you exactly 71.8 for now.
That's us.
71,800 subscribers.
I'm guessing so many wouldn't have subscribed here. So if they do, the Mundu
Mundu is?
is a garment worn around the waist in the Indian state of Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Oh, so that's called Veshti, I thought. Or Mundu may be a different thing.
Mundu, you call it Mundu.
Okay, Veshti I have a Veshti which I've worn.
Huh.
I have it at home, yeah. A friend gifted me. So for some very traditional functions I wear it. So I was told that's Veshti, but I think Mundu is something else.
No, basically in South India, maybe.
No, Veshti is that very formal, long. But Mundu is something
maybe in Kerala you call it Mundu, or I don't know your
in Tamil Nadu. Maybe
yeah,
it's
in
Veshti.
Chennai or Tamil Nadu, maybe you call it Veshti.
Okay.
Waist, every
Maybe, no,
word
it
is
could be.
derived.
Yeah, they're all connected. Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of English words, Hindi words.
Language travel, right?
Exactly. So, anyways, we'll take your leave. India has whitewashed West Indies 3-0, just like they did in the ODIs. So, tomorrow we are going to be back, and 24th is the first T20 international that India is going to play against Sri Lanka, and we'll see no new faces there, right? No new faces. Let's see how they once again go about that. Angad Kapoor says that series Australia won trailing from 2-0, third ODI. Finch, yes. Finch
so
got
it was
back.
Other way around. Okay.
Yes,
I
yes.
got confused.
Fourth ODI, Turner played a blinder. Yes. And Finch couldn't get Hasaranga. Why is Hasaranga? Okay, interesting. Yeah. Actually,
Yes, we're
it'll
looking
be
forward
interesting
to
to see.
Hasaranga.
And I hope and I think that will be a more competitive series.
I hope. I hope.
But your reaction,
Yeah, because
your hope. I hope you're not
with
hoping
Sri
against hope.
Lanka also in transition, but they showed some good form in the
Yes.
T20 World Cup. so
And
I'm
in
hoping
India,
that.
and in these
And also
conditions,
when India went, but that was India's B team.
exactly.
To a sense,
In
so.
these conditions, they might be more competitive. But let's hope,
Yeah.
and we'll back India, any which case. Switch on subscribe. Okay, what does it, sir?
You can
Can
subscriber mode only, where only subscribers can chat on the chat box. Ayan, thank you for that. We didn't know that. Ayan, you're a savior. We shall do that.
Actually, yes, we should actually reward. I don't know if you can. If I
Not
can
reward,
call.
engage
Engage with our
subscribers.
subscribers only.
Yes.
Good idea.
Thank you.
On that note, Alvida Athens Life Sciences, like Nikhil from NDTV days.
Athens Life Sciences. I hope I could say
Are you
your
from
names.
Pune?
I don't know, but he's not from
Simbi?
Athens.
Maybe you never know. You've got fans and subscribers, family.
Mohan, we saying mutual benefit if you allow subscriber only to ask questions.
Anyways, chalo, we'll
See
take your
you.
leave. See you. Good night. Thank you very much. 72 loading. By the time we wake up in the morning tomorrow, we hope
It will be.
it will be 72K.